Hey guys, I'm Phil Town from Real One Investing. And today I want to talk to you about how to get rid of your credit card debt this year. Look, credit card debt is scary. It isn't something to be taken lightly. It's incredibly easy to accrue. It's even more difficult to get out of. If you want to build a successful financial future, you've got to get rid of this credit card debt. It's a killer. Now, in order to do this, you got to break some habits that put you into this position in the first place. And I come up with 7 steps here that you can follow that will help you finish this year free of debt. Now, just imagine that feeling for a second, right? Now, to stay on track and measure your progress, just download this 12-month financial success planner that I made at this link that's on the description below. And this planner is going to help you write down each step and mark it off as you complete it. All right, let's jump in. Here are 7 steps that are going to help you get the heck out of that debt. Now, step number 1, you got to commit to becoming debt-free, all right? The very first thing you absolutely have to do if you want to kill your credit card debt this year is you got to commit to it. It has to be a priority. It can't be a goal to get out of debt. It's got to be, I'm going to do it. That's what right? That's the difference between a commitment and a goal. Hey, I might meet you for dinner. That's a goal. Hey, I'm going to be there at dinner. That's a commitment. That's what I want. There's still plenty of time left this year to accomplish this absolute commitment. All right. Now, next, make a promise and you'll stick to it, right? You just promise yourself that you're going to do this. Write it down on a card. I am going to be debt-free at the end of this year. When it gets hard, look at the card, see that what you promised yourself, and then get back in there and keep digging. Even if you don't see short-term results, just keep on digging and keep looking at that card. Sometimes things help you out of absolutely nowhere when you've made a full commitment. Now, next, set financial goals for yourself, okay? Now, this is where the goals are, okay? I don't love goals particularly, but here's where you can use them. Pull out the financial planner, set some realistic goals that becoming debt-free will help you achieve. Remember, being debt-free is not a goal, it's a promise. And now we're going to put goals on here that will kind of help you get down the road toward debt-free. Will it mean you can finally afford to invest in your kids' college education? Will it mean you can finally replace that crap car that's on its last leg? So envision what it would be like to be debt-free and what you can do once you achieve this milestone, and make it very specific, very, very clear what you can do once you're debt-free. The third step, stop comparing yourself to other people. Envy is horrible. Stop it. America's consumed by envious people. They're living a decent middle-class life and they're miserable because they don't have as much as the Kardashians do. All right. So stop comparing yourself to others. Your financial situation is not like anybody else. You're not like anybody else. You got to stop comparing yourself to anybody else if you want to be debt-free. This comparison thing that we do, right? Keeping up with the neighbors, keeping up with the Joneses, just perpetuates the cycle of spending. You're busy spending money on things you don't need to impress people who don't like you anyway. And that has got to stop. So absolutely stop it. Quit comparing yourself. Stop with the envy. Step 4, cut your spending. In order to dedicate necessary funds to pay off the debt, you got to cut your spending. You've got to free up some cash to make these payments. This might mean eliminating restaurants for a while, okay? Hey, guess what? Tough it up, all right? Go all depression on yourself if you're not going to a restaurant. Just cancel your subscriptions. You don't need subscription to all these magazines. I'll bet you've got $30, $40 a month going out the door on subscriptions you don't even know you're paying for. And then just wait to go on vacation. You don't need to go on vacation. Do a staycation. You know, fill up a tub in the backyard and go swimming. Whatever you have to do. Come on, you guys. You can do it, and you do it until you clear your debt. And while you're at it, stop using credit cards. Stop it. Cut them up. Just stop it and just use cash. Put a bunch of cash in an envelope for each thing you're going to do over the course of the budget month. And then when your envelope is empty in that particular category, you're done spending that money. Adding to the balance of a credit card just makes it harder to reach the goal. So stop that. And then create a budget. If you're in credit card debt, it's like because you haven't been spending what you earn, you've been spending more than that. You're living beyond your means. The best way to change that bad habit is to get on a budget and stick to it. So allocate your income first to the essential expenses, then to paying off debt, and finally, if there's money left over, to discretionary spending. In fact, even some friends of mine who are really good at this allocate 10% to investing right off the bat. Right off the bat, 10% comes off the top, right? And then it's essential, and then it's pay off debt. Or use that investing money to pay off debt. If you're at 20%, that's a damn good investment, right? Paying off debt. Finally, if there's any money left over, you can use that for discretionary spending, or you can pay down that debt even faster. If you're not bringing in enough income to cover essential expenses and make debt payment, okay, now you're going to have to go find some ways to make some more money. You're going to need some side scams that we're working on. I included a link to a few ideas in the description below. Also, you got children? Put those little buggers to work. They're lazy. They're watching too many video games, and you know it. Stick them out there with a lawnmower. Put them out there weeding a garden. Make them earn some money and pay you for rent. The next step is to adapt your lifestyle. Everybody's trying to get out of debt. Absolutely everybody should adapt their lifestyle to some extent, okay? But if you're in serious debt, and that means you don't have enough income to make any progress on it, you got to consider making a more serious change. Can you move to a lower cost housing, smaller apartment, smaller home? Can you move back home with your parents? Bring the kids. They'd love to see them, I'm sure. Can you sell your car and take public transportation? You might find that Lyft is working out better than making a car payment. You may even need to consider moving to an area with a lower cost of living. This blows my mind. I've lived all over the world. It blows my mind how stuck some people get because of, I guess, family, or just because of habit, or because of fear. They are afraid to move out of places like New York City, where you just can't do it. You're just not making enough money, off to some place where it's much, much easier to make a living. They just don't do it, but you could do it. And finally, now, here's what I want you to do. Pick a debt payoff strategy. The final step to pay off your credit card debt this year is to pick a debt payoff strategy. The right strategy will give you the direction you need and make this progress a lot better. And there's two really popular methods. There's two really popular methods I'd recommend: the snowball method and the avalanche method. Snowball, that means you pay off the smallest of your loans as quickly as possible. And once that debt is paid, you take the money you were putting toward that payment and you roll it onto the next smallest debt owed. This is really cool because you're making progress, right? And ideally, this would continue until all the accounts are paid off. On the other hand, the avalanche method means you take the minimum payments on all of your debt accounts and use extra funds that you have, if there's any, to pay off the debt with the highest interest rate. All right, you're going to have to decide which one makes the best sense in your situation and with your personality, right? I mean, logically, you want the highest interest rate paid down first. But obviously, logic doesn't work all the time. Sometimes just making some damn progress on debt is the thing that works the best. So you decide now, and you hit the ground running. And the sooner you start paying off debt, the sooner you become debt free. Okay. So now get going. Download my 12-month financial success planner. Get started right today. And once you're debt free, you can begin to work on your financial goals and invest for your future. And now I'd love to hear from you guys. What I'd love to hear from you is, what steps are you taking to pay off your credit card debt this year? Now leave a comment below with your answer. I'll be sure to follow up with you. We'll get a good discussion going. So thanks for watching. Now go play. If you enjoyed this video and you think it was valuable for teaching more about how to pay off credit card debt, hit the like button. Please share the video with your friends. And if you want more investing content, subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the button on the screen for a free gift. Thanks again for watching.